Python inheritance. But picking up from our last video where we talked about Python classes, we gave an example of a company having employees, and we said a class can have properties and methods. In Python inheritance, an inheritance class takes the properties and methods of the previous or parent class. And this class is what we call the child class. So it's a child class because it inherits the properties and methods of the parent class. And here, of course, we have a Jupyter notebook where we've continued from where we stopped on Python class. Here, we're going to bring in the same exact class that we've already written in the previous example, and we call the class employee. Now, to create an inheritance class, what we are really trying to do here is to bring in the properties and methods of the previous class. And the way you do that is to go with the basic class. Then we can call this class X employee. And what do? We feed in what? The parent class into this class. And that is it. For this, let's run a pass, since we're not really writing any code into this, and our class is ready. So now let us just call an instance of this class. So if we're calling an instance of the class, call out employee. Now, if you remember, our previous class had all these attributes. So it means the same is going to apply: first name, last name, first name, email, and food. And of course, you don't need to specify the self, okay? Because of the init function, the self is going to be, you can neglect the self. So let's supply the arguments here: first name, Frank. All right, so here we've created an instance of the class. Let's store this into employee variable, employee5. So if you run this against a method, what do you get? Frank loves pasta. Okay, so you can see here that the child class has inherited, the child class employee has inherited the properties of the parent class. One basic reason why the child class can inherit the properties of the parent class partly is because of the init function, which we define here. But at the same time, we can override this function, this init function, if we specify the init function when we were defining our child class. So what I mean is this: let's create the child class again, X employee, and we fed in employee into this class. So what we're saying here is, if you want to override the parent class, okay, what you do is you just supply the init function. The child class will now override all the properties in the parent class, okay? But let's say you've done this and you still want to bring in some of the properties of the parent class. The first one here, I'll say, will be to bring this in like this. Then you supply the init, and then you bring in the same properties into this. Okay, but what if you didn't want to do it this way? What is the other way you could do it? Now, let me copy this and place it here. The other way you could do this would be to use the super function, okay? There's something called the super function. Now, when you use the super function, okay, now the difference between this, just watch out. You're going to declare these first ones and you will not take the self, okay? You're going to be using the super function. You don't need to add the self. So now we want to add another parameter to this child class. We can come here and call the self. Let's say we want to add maybe dance. Who is the best dancer? Dancer, then maybe salsa. So at this point, we can create an instance of the class. Let's say employee 6 is equal to this class, and we define all the attributes. Let me just lift up something from here. Let's fill in all these parameters, and we can go with this. Let's see, run a basic print statement. Now, one basic difference, if you look at this two, if you have to look at bringing in all the parent properties using these two methods, okay? Now, like I said, the first method is when you call out the parent class name and you run it in this way. And the second method is when you call the super function and you run it this way. Now, as you can see, if you are calling the parent class name and you're calling the init function, you have to supply this self as an argument, then supply this other argument. But in this super function, you call it the init, you call the init, you don't need to supply self here, okay? So you can see a little difference between these two methods here, okay? Similar way, but let's just, instead of adding self.dance and saying equal to salsa, let's just add dance here, dance, or no, dancing, and let dancing come here. So dancing should come here. Okay, so this simply means that when we are calling out our method, or when we are calling out an instance of this class, we can actually add this dancing parameter. We need to apply this dancing parameter. Hence, we have added this dancing parameter to as part of this child class. It means we need to supply it here. So let's go with salsa here now, and run this. We get the same thing. We can also run another instance of this. And close pasta. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you tap on the bell notification. This lets you know when new videos are uploaded to the channel. Until we see again, bye-bye.